game number 2. I'm your friendly neighborhood Shoutcaster Shargan. We've got some similar bands coming out right away, although we're seeing the Darius being swapped out for, I believe it was Vi last time. So that is going to be the Hecarim Aatrox and Darius taken away from this top lane. And once again, well, actually, is this exactly the same draft as before?
I'm getting a bit of deja vu.
A little bit.
I see a 1 next to YOLO, so this has to be draft number 2. So looks like the Syndra band, I mean, maybe not going to be in the first round pickup because that was the counter pick, right, Shargan, for the last phase. And was definitely strong. Oh, wait a minute.
Smart. They're like, look, they didn't ban it in phase 3. It worked so well last time. We got to take it this time.
All right, Let's Go Joy does have the counter pick this time. And so I think the Udyr lock's going to hurt him because I was talking to you before this draft. Some of the best counters to Syndra is having a jungler with really good mid-gank access like the Vi. And with the Udyr locked in, unless they want to switch a top lane, there is no availability for that. So Street Smurf might just sail through this laning phase yet again.
He might, although coming into this late game, he might have a little bit of a problem with this Xayah here. If she's able to drop those feathers down, get the lane prepped up so that when Street Smurf does step to them, they're able to just ult away from the ultimate power by dashing up into the air. So that could be really good. And a steal of the Nami pick. We saw it hovered. So the question is, was that something Scaling Copium expected? They're like, we'll just go ahead and hover this and we'll make them think that we want it when in fact we don't mind if we don't. So now we're going to be seeing most likely the jungler picked up here. And it could be that we might just see poor Smoke Swag have his entire champion pool just banned away.
Yeah, that would be interesting to see what picked up next after that. I mean, look, some top laners are very similar to each other. So maybe just pull out one of those champions. I mean, set Darius kind of the same, right? As I think the Nami pick steal away is interesting here because not the best combo with Xayah. I mean, it should be effective in lane, right? But the question is, pros are always saying, never steal the Nami. It's never worth it. They just pick something with engage and then you lose lane anyway. I think this is going to be a valid test of that argument right here.
It will be interesting to see what kind of champs we see banned out because you've still got Blitzcrank, Nautilus, and Leona still on the board. Very hard engaged champs. Thresh, honestly, still a very versatile pick that could be thrown in on Scaling Copium as well, and it could lock down fairly well. I kind of think I see where they're going with this Nami pick for the Udyr because theoretically you could provide the speed boost and get them in on the backline and you have a great source of healing. You target the Udyr, he's already going to be in the midst of the fight, so it'll just bounce around to another enemy and then back to an ally to heal them up, so you make sure you maximize the healing potential. And then at the same time, it's just going to be kind of like, look at this, we got the brand hover. I do not want to see this brand on the map. Do not pick brand. Copium, I swear to God, if you pick this, I will shut this server. I will shut this down. I will break the broadcaster's camera if you pick this brand. Oh dear
he's gonna do
God.
everything in his power.
Oh dear God, no.
He called you out. You gotta follow through.
Okay, Raptor, I'm sorry. I'm coming.
All right.
After the stream, I'm coming to destroy your computer. I'm sorry.
All right. Production staff are on high alert right now. Shargan is gonna go on a rampage. I think the best thing you can hope for is a very quick and swift loss for YOLO for their transgressions. I mean, Brand's not the best pick in the meta.
It's not. So, but the thing is, with Scaling Copium's comp, they're not going for best pick. They're going for how much damage can we pump out in 0.53 seconds. Because that is just an absolutely disgusting combination of damage we've got coming out right here. We've got the Lucian, you've got the Syndra, and you've got the Brand, and you've got the Vi. All of these champs are just going to be diving in, throwing out their abilities. It's just going to blow everything up. EEK is going to be trying to survive. I like this Ornn pickup in the sense of it's giving them some sort of front line, but the amount of hard damage that is just going to be coming through is going to mean that EEK has to scale into the late game, and picking up the Ziggs here means the exact same thing. They've got to scale into this game. And unfortunately, these are some very powerful early laners. And with a Mordekaiser being thrown into the mix, that's even worse.
Okay. I think I see the reason why they picked up Brand here, Shargan. They felt like they needed a tank busting champion. And Brand into Udyr and Ornn, if he gets his combo off, gets the spells down, that is going to be dealing a lot of damage to tanks specifically, as well as surrounding members. and the Mordekaiser as well has tank busting capabilities. But this is a lot of magic damage. This is
It's
like
so
maybe
much.
too much magic damage.
Maybe. It might be. The only problem is that the Lucian, I feel like, is one of those champions who can just pump out so much damage on his own that
But
it
it's not
really
tank busting damage.
it's not
It's
tank
not.
busting damage. So I do expect Ornn focus, but the thing is Ornn is going to be going to this Mordekaiser, so they might go for some early MR. I don't know if they're going to be able to come out fully ahead though. The thing is they're going to be throwing out that horn call, and there's not a lot of targets I think that really benefit well
Yeah,
from.
the Vi pickup is also weird because into Zaya, that's actually terrible because Zaya can just ult your ult pretty much
Yeah.
any point in time. And even though you don't connect, the cooldown doesn't reset. So that
Yep.
is going to be very painful. They can use it on the Ziggs, but Ziggs can disengage. This is a very
Hmm.
interesting stack. This is really punishing people who like to invade solo. I don't think that's going to happen though from the side of EEK. They're being wiser in this scenario. But
They
no
are.
wards coming down. So the punish to this is to get wards on the other side, but it's hard to call it out, you know?
No, it could be that they expected a little bit of an early invade to try and get some early vision down. Not going to happen. And you're right of like going back to that Zaya mentioning with the ultimate. The thing is though, if you use the Zaya ultimate on the Vi charge, then that just leaves you vulnerable to the unleashed power from the Syndra
Yeah. I
and the
mean,
Death Realm.
yeah, so the thing is there's two tanks for the side of EEK, right? So you can take out one frontliner with Mord, right?
Hmm.
And then you have the other one left, but then you don't have a frontliner anymore. It's just Vi. So in the front to back, I really think EEK just completely smash in the front to back team fight. So it's really going to be on the execution of YOLO around what they have, get picks and or get the burst down onto champions like Ziggs and Zaya for them to win this game. So if they have the better execution, I'm interested to see if they can pull it off here.
It will be interesting to see. I'm still seeing the bane of my existence in this bot lane with that brand, Frozen Aegis. Not frozen, definitely on fire right now.
Yeah.
And it's just, oh my goodness, I
Would
have
you
some.
prefer like, Ezreal brand? Is that more your jive?
No, absolutely. I need brand deleted. If like people want to delete Yumi, I want to delete brand.
Weird, but I'll pick my battles elsewhere. As we have both junglers doing opposite pathing again.
Yeah,
Sweezy taking a bit of beating.
smoke
This is to be
swag.
expected. Yeah, just
It
extending that damage a little bit here.
it
It's
really is.
just
Oh my goodness, he's only level 1, so that's such a hard level 1 fight.
yeah, and also you don't want to. Sometimes you got to take the L as a top laner, and that's one of those scenarios where he's level 2, he's got his passive up. Just let him win the trade.
Hmm.
As we have the Vi finally making their way bot side here. Full clear coming out. I don't think Vi is a full clear champion, but certainly has AoE to do it.
Does have AoE to do it. Is able to get a decent full clear whenever they go for it.
But
They
Ariri's
did.
so far ahead, right?
Yeah,
Look at
Oriri is
this.
exceptionally far ahead, but got no health bar. So really, they're kind of
Yeah,
they're
what he
playing a
has.
dangerous game, about to go down to this red buff.
Oh, they
It's
smited.
yeah,
It
he
was
did
smoted.
smite it, so the smite was able to come up off cooldown just in time. But that is
Wait, what
that's
happened? I'm very confused. Udyr should be healthy in the jungle.
I believe it was a mistiming of the stances. I don't think he's taken turtle or boar stance yet.
Okay. Well, if he ran, look how this is such a risky scuttle. Ariri. That is
And
so dangerous.
the invade too, and he sees the vine. Blue knows that they can take him out. He's looking for that. He wants it, or he's like, ah, wait, I made a mistake. Nope, nothing to see here. And
Oh
now
my
running
god.
back to the safety of tier 2 tower. I think actually no, he's making the play for this top scuttle. There is a ward on it, but he's just running straight to it. So that's gonna be a double scuttle for him. But unfortunately, Syndra's gonna have prio and could rotate
Yeah.
while they're taking this.
If you're an EEK fan, you were on the edge of your seat,
Okay.
I bet, as you watched Aruri take the scuttle and then go for the invade
Oh, that was a little bit of a heart buster right there.
without smite as well. Brave
Without
man.
smite, good knock up, good brittle punch,
Oh, nice
nice
dodge.
sidestep. P. Sweezy able to get a decent amount of damage here, but now we're seeing why Mord is just so dangerous and so scary. He is
Oh,
going to be brought
wait,
super low, getting a
the
little bit
shield?
too close to the tower right there. Is going to put up the shield just in time. Oh my goodness, P. Sweezy, unfortunately, is not going to be able to find the target. It looks, oh man, that was almost a kill. And now Bloon is going to come in and punish this. Look at that.
Okay, the
Look,
ward's gonna spot it
Ward's
out.
gonna find him out. Oh, it's not gonna matter though. He's gonna get caught by the claw. He's gonna get pulled in. Flash is gonna get dropped. We're gonna see the smite and the smack come out, and that is gonna be unfortunately
Oh,
the burn as the mace slams on the back of his head, breaking the Orn God spirit, and that is going to be a first blood over to Smoke Swag.
all right. They pick up that first blood, and P. Sweezy making it close. That was a very good trade. Unfortunately, the fight just extended away, and the jungler changed that matchup. It's a 2v1 lane, Shargan. I know it looks 1v1, but it's actually 2v2. As
Yeah.
now,
Knockup's coming out. Brittle Stack's getting dropped, and the smack is coming down. Unfortunately, while the shield is still up yet again. P. Sweezy right here is just the victim of cooldowns. I believe, like that is the best way to describe it right now. Is unfortunately the cooldowns have not been in their favor. And Arena.
oh,
Oh no, this is why I hate Brand. You got the burn damage coming out. The stun's gonna get locked down. The ignite's gonna come out as well, and that is gonna be a dead fish. And that is going to be Escape trying to pick up a kill here, get revenge for their fallen support. Unfortunately, not going to be able to find it. That is why I hate Brand.
well,
Oh no, and Street Smurf is
again,
already here. The flash drop, flash dodge, but Unleash Power is going to just destroy him. Oh, not enough.
oh,
Not
the
enough
roam
tools.
again. Street Smurf just absolutely annoying bottom lane. 2 roams in 2 games coming bot side. And look, Escape, this is a huge punish. That's going to be a couple waves of EXP gold as well as plates going over. And yeah, that face check into that bush is looking a lot more devastating than originally thought.
Oh my goodness. It is just so much pain. I feel like I'm Jesse watching Heisenberg right now, where Street Smurf is Heisenberg, because I just he can't keep getting away with this.
I mean, it looks like he's just getting the push. So I would say he's just not letting Joey get away with it, as we have P-Sweezy
Yep.
maybe in a
Oh,
trade that he didn't
Sweezy's
want to
gonna
go
go into another
for.
trade. Unfortunately, is in a situation where he's just on the edge every single time trying to walk away. And once, see, if I wanted to be cruel as Mordekaiser right now, I would not rush my Mythic. I would rush a Rylai's, because this Ornn is barely able to get away from me every single time. So if I pick up a Rylai's right now, he's never getting away. I will get him every single instance I want to fight.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden Ornn has Sunfire, and then you're like, maybe I do want to get away
It's like maybe now I
myself.
want to drift away. But if I kill them enough times, it doesn't matter.
That's true. Hey, look, if they get more of those setups topside, that will definitely be the case. As Ornn is surprisingly a good laner. I think everyone knows that now. But the overall state of this game, Eek, 3K behind, and it looks like not much has happened. This is all in the CS and plate diff on that bottom side. Look at that difference in the scores. Even Brand, your
My
nemesis on the field,
despised champion. I
900
he
gold
is
up. It's looking good.
It is. It is looking good. I don't think it's a bad champion at all in any way, shape, or form. I just despise it because
Okay.
it is a champion that takes the support philosophy of how do I how do I support my laner? They can't kill my laner if they're dead.
Okay. Do you have the
So
same opinion about Lux? I'm just wondering now.
about Lux, I feel like there's counterplay too. I feel like if you're decent enough to dodge a Lux Q and you're not
All right.
stupid enough to stay too close. Okay, we got Call the Forge God coming out right here. Fight in the top lane.
Death
Oriri
Realm, nice.
is going to get caught in the Death Realm, which means that the Call is not going to be able to find the right target. We
Oh,
do see
huge
that Street
damage.
Smurf is getting knocked out. Nice drop of the pillar, is ready for the knockup. Knockup comes out. Oriri doing a great job to kite out this Mord, able to do so much. Unfortunately, though, we've got the Vi
Vi's here.
coming in to assist. Vi is going to come in, try to pick up a clean kill right here. They are going to find Oriri jumping in on the back line. That is going to be kill number 1. Looking for kill number 2. They're going to decide to let Ornn go, though, so they just go for jungler and top laners are dead on opposing teams. So overall, relatively even trade, which is not what Eek wants to see right now.
Yeah, they do not want to have an even trade. They need winning trades right now, and that's the power of that Omni Vamp on tanks. AoE providing lots of heal on Smoke, and was able to just make that an even trade. So that is an outplay. They're not picking up any wins on the bot side either. In mid lane, even though Joey has more range and is counter picking, is getting pushed in yet again. He's just having a very rough time in this mid lane, even on the Ziggs pick here.
Yeah, it's very, very rough. I see so few avenues for E to come into this game. I do see that the tier is about halfway stacked on Zig, so they are halfway through to that Seraphs. And so that will be a good item spike once they're able to actually get to building up. But you got to get gold in order to build items. Unfortunately, because of the lack of prio on the top lane, means that Rift Herald is going to be exposed. So we are going to see Mordekaiser trying to solo it, and Syndra's going to be rotating up as well, or at least putting vision down to make sure that they don't get ganked from the top side. Or Riri has no idea it's getting taken though, so this is just getting snuck out from under their nose.
Yeah, and by the top laner, no less. This is a solo queue move because no smite on the top lane. So could be
Yep.
stolen. But hey, if you know that a Riri is not going to challenge, then it's going to be a free take. Jungler is best with the Rift item, but no jungler there to take it. So Smoke Swag gonna pick that up. And now this 4-plate turret might just drop unexpectedly.
Yep. And if that turret does end up going down, we are seeing this bot lane is probably going to be the one to fall first. It is doing a decent job
Okay, that's
of
good
getting.
damage.
That is some great damage. Unfortunately, not able to find the target. They are going to get stunned and have the burn damage dropped off. They are going to go invulnerable to avoid the ultimate getting bounced
Warplaque.
around. And now we have Oriri jumping in onto Warplaque, burning him away. So that is going to be a kill picked up. That is the kind of trade we want to see out of Team EEK. Very well done. Now it looks like they might be trying to find a target. They
Oh
are going to be
wait.
running, though, right into 3 members as we see the brand jumping over the wall on the blast cone. Vi tries to get the knockup, doesn't manage to, as we see Oriri go unstoppable. Escape doing what they can to provide some assistance, throwing out some shots, not able to do a too much amount of damage. Arena, though, is going to be the one giving up their life as they just get pummeled. And that is going to be Ziggs now here in the bot lane, trying to stop this wave from pushing into the tower too hard. But unfortunately, I think that means we're going to be seeing bot tower fall here shortly, and that is going to be really, really painful as YOLO starts to run away with this game.
Yeah, doesn't have the ultimate to stop this push. Unfortunately, Ziggs not the best at catching up to a fight. Prefers to kite back, and well, you saw his little legs try as hard as he could to run into that fight, but nowhere to be found. Didn't have enough speed to make up for it, and even though they had more members, it just wasn't in the right place. And good thing Riri had that CC immune because that was definitely a kill that was lined up there for YOLO.
Yep. Any target that gets caught like that in that sort of situation is gone on the side of Team Eek. No one can survive that. I don't even think the Ornn will be able to survive that in the late game. Oh, look at that stun. That ball was over her head. That should not have
Oh
actually
wait,
hit. But
escape!
unfortunately, that is going to be really good as Escape manages to take down Street Smurf. And we do see Blue 21 go on a killing spree as they take down Oriri, which is going to be really painful for Team Eek. But YOLO is pulling again on this, and that is going to leave prio availability for this dragon as they have the jungler up and Eek does not.
All right, we get to see that again because that quick whip pan, just to keep you guessing, how did it happen? Well, now we're going to find out. Truesurf lands a good stun, so they could go for the burst, but they just have too many minions in the way. Escape, good play to get the double root. Unfortunately, burns all defensive tools, so can't get out. And there's just not enough damage to handle the rest of the members there. But overall, that is a good attempt, and I have to say, getting the kill on Street Smurf is going to be pretty good feeling for their side.
That is one of those situations where I feel like that was a bit of a back timer issue because Ziggs was not available to assist with that fight. Had they had the extra Ziggs damage, they may have been able to do it, but unfortunately not. So now we're going to see the Mountain Drake go over to the side of YOLO. So that's going to be 2 Drakes up.
Yeah, this is a 5-0 in Drake so far.
Yep.
I know
And
I put
we
it in the worst way possible on purpose, Shark.
5-0 in terms of Drakes. And we are seeing a Cloud Soul come up. Not the greatest
Okay.
soul if your Team Eek. There we go, jumping in onto the Mordekaiser. Nice bubble after the knockup and a tidal wave. There's just so much street CC being dropped onto street Smoke Swag up here. It's kind of hilarious, but because he is the metal god of death, does not have to take too much damage and is able to get out relatively free.
And no commitment there. I mean, support and tank versus tank. I mean, that or versus bruiser, that does take a while, so that makes sense. But they're going to know that there's a lot of resources put top side. Plays can be made on the bottom side. We'll see this Ziggs Syndra side laning. Both these champions not the best side laners, but Syndra definitely has a leg up in that one.
Definitely does, and they are going to be using the blast cone to hop over that wall, so they got some really good vision down. And they are able to kind of just see what's going on in this bot side jungle. I mean, just look at
Okay,
that
the
vision line.
wraparound.
Oop, got
Look at
Call of
this
Forge
top
God
side
coming out. It's
play.
gonna knock up the Ornn, but we're gonna knock up the Mordekaiser. We go into the Death Realm while Warplaque and Vi have both joined the fight in the top lane. Means that unfortunately we're gonna be seeing the Death God coming out scot-free as that kill is picked up. Rift Herald's gonna get dropped. It's gonna get thrown to this tower. Ziggs bomb is gonna be thrown down as well. Unfortunately, pulled back in by that claw as well. And then we've got Brand here joining this fight. Rift Herald's getting ready to charge, looking for that engage. And once that tower is gone, only to manage to take down half of its health bar. So that is going to be really good for E because they don't get full utilization out of that Scuttle Crab. I believe that was again on its timer, so it needed to get dropped. Otherwise, it was going to be wasted. But that is still overall really good for YOLO.
Yeah, not only do they get up a kill, but they get this mid lane push. Oh,
Oh
Irina.
no, this fight in the arena getting caught out in the jungle.
Yep, hearing the first strike sound effect over and over again is kind of addicting, actually. Especially if you're the champion that benefits from that gold dropping right into your pockets. But look at this, just picking up that turret from a play that Eek was playing defensive on, tried to go even and ends up losing a turret and a player at the same time. It's looking like there's just no way for them to win on the map again.
It's so painful. I mean, just look at this. We got like there's so few avenues for Eek to try and come back into this game. They really need something that's going to allow them to scale in. Unfortunately, I don't think that there's a lot available to them.
Yeah, it's just the laning phase is just so much better from the side of YOLO. They're just executing on it perfectly. They find picks and then they use that for strength to push. And then they're getting these really good plays with Vi that honestly, if you ask me, Vi should not be having any effectiveness in this game. This is quite surprising.
Yeah, I don't know. She's got a couple of really good targets. I feel like that would be nice to choose. Two of them don't have a lot of escape potential. Let's go Joey and Arena Thunder. So that's some good targeting. But yeah, no, overall, it's definitely a champion that needs
Yeah.
these fights to kind of extend a little bit, get those 3-hit auto attacks off. But with that Conqueror, they're able to heal up relatively well. So
So
it's
far,
definitely
has
helping out.
ulted Ariri at least twice. I don't know who else has been ulted by Blue, but still,
Yep.
this is a pretty good stun. They're
Oh,
just
that
zoning
is
out.
brutal. We have the ultimate dropping though, as we do see Zaya able to avoid getting hit one more time, but that burn damage is just gonna last for
Oh,
so
wait.
long.
Oh,
No,
it does pop
wasn't
some
used
kind
as
of
a threat.
healing. Yeah,
Wasn't
there's
used
a
as a
plus
threat.
27 in there somewhere, so is going to be able to walk out of there. But look, that's how I expect this VOD to be played out here.
Oh, there we
Another
go.
attempt on the
Call
top
the Forge
side.
God trying to get onto this top side, trying to do what they can. Peace Weezy's going to be brought into the Death Realm. They're able to run to the tower, able to get away, but unfortunately, there is no safety to be found. Or Riri is going to get caught by the Call of the Forge. They are going to manage to stun Smoke Swag onto
Oh,
tower, picking up the kill there. Vi, in the meantime, is going to be fighting down here as well. We do have Street Smurf having to trade the tower damage, and then Vi finding Arena as a target to go after escaping the tower.
on the side.
Oh my goodness, what is this nonsense? Arena everywhere they go, just running into enemies as YOLO is just appearing one after the another in these alleyways. Absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, they keep trying to force topside, and it's just not working out for them. They should really be sending a Riri into a different lane. I mean, against the Syndra is pretty good, but man, it's just not working trying to gank this Mordekaiser. He has the Death Realm.
He's got the Death Realm, he's got the health bar, he's got the Omnivamp. It's just there's not a lot you can do to take him down quickly. So it's like if you go up there for a fight, it's going to be an extended trade, which means that there's going to be time for the rest of the team to rotate and join in on these fights. So yeah, like it's exactly it.
And look, Street Smurf is starting to pull away again. And we know what happened last time. Escape has a better champion for dealing with the Syndra this time around, but I don't think the other champions can hold up as well either. It's gonna be, it looks like another game being taken over from the Syndra pick. Frozen in danger, though.
Yep, Frozen is going to be in a lot of danger. They are going to be caught out. We do see them finally taken down as the shutdown goes over to Udyr, or Riri managed to pick that up, and we see Bloom 21 getting themselves caught out as well. And that is going to be Warplaque picking up Peace Wheezy, but at the same time, the shutdown as Zaya pulls those feathers through, managing to rip the heart
Oh, it's the
right out of
stun.
this
The
team. But
pull.
it's not going to matter as there's just too much damage on the side of YOLO as they just go running in, screaming as like, hey, we only live once, guys. We're just going to keep on going, and we ain't stopping. Right there, Syndra's going to keep on going, gets the double stun, but unfortunately, Zaya's able to ult in order to dodge it at the last possible second, and that is going to be a shutdown, as we do see Ziggs managing to pick up the Warplaque. So much going on, so many split decisions in that fight, but all of it in the end goes for the side of YOLO.
Oh, and they get a turret with the Rift Herald drop as
And a
well.
double charge.
Yeah, Street Smurf picks up
Oh, no,
2
no, Ornn's going to
kills.
stop it.
Okay, well, I mean, look, that's just a little bonus on the top of that play there. I mean, let's be honest, EEK do look a lot better in the team fights, but they just can't establish themselves enough in the game to win the team fights this time around. And last time it was on a knife's edge to win those team fights here. So this game looking like it might just be an even bigger stomp than the last one. They're gonna have to rethink the draft again. Again.
Again, yeah, it's kind of one of those things where it's like I liked the fact that YOLO expected them to rethink that draft and just picked up the Syndra so quickly because it was clearly not something they expected first round. Here we go. Call
Oh,
the Forge
huge
Gods come out, but it's
engage.
not going to come out in time. Streets are picks up Oriri. So that's going to be the Udyr down. Unfortunately, we see Peace Weezy going in on the back line, but the burn damage from the brand is just doing so much, rips them to absolute shreds. We do see Ziggs manage to pick up a double kill before they get taken out, but the double or before the rest of the team gets taken out. So unfortunately, Ziggs and Nami are the only ones left, but that is going to be 3 members on the side of Team YOLO that are still there. So that is basically free pushes across this map.
Yep. And essentially at this point, even though I mean, honestly, P Sweezy did really good on the Ornn. That was a lot of CC and even damage. Team was able to set up a couple kills, and the Vi just dropped instantly. But they just don't have enough defensive stats to match up to the damage. They just keep getting stat checked in these team fights, and they can't pull a win even with the superior fighting front to back comp. They're just too far behind. And now it's just going to be a matter of moments before they either secure themselves another good fight, get the Baron, and then start getting these turrets down, or pick up the 4th dragon in a row. I mean, it looking very similar to game number 1, 6-0 on the Dragons.
6-0 on the Dragons, very similar to game number 1, basically a repeat of last game. And EEK is doing everything they can, trying their best, trying to find their targets, but unfortunately, we're just seeing outclassed, unfortunately, by this YOLO. The scaling copium is just absolutely devastating. The failure to dodge,
Oh,
failure to flash, very very unfortunately played by Bloom 21, as we see a lot of CC lockdown targets that probably shouldn't have been locked down.
yeah, the wave, riding the wave there, definitely saving Irina Thunder. And I'm just gonna start talking about the next draft as this Baron goes down. If they fight for it, we'll see. It's gonna be tough to win it. It's gonna be a desperation play. I see pings going down. They might just go for
If
it,
you're
but
Team EEK, in my opinion, you go for this. You have the Call of the Forge ready to go, so you're looking for that hard engage. You got Oriri who's ready to just run in and jump on top of them. Unfortunately, I don't believe they realize they're running over wards. We don't have a lot of anti-vision available for the side of Team EEK. Scale and Copium's
yeah,
got in spades. Um,
they have
so
the potential to pull out a pick with their members. Brand,
they
Syndra,
do.
Vi, and the Lucian. Anyone walks in who's squishy, you can blow them up. But you saw there, it was Oriri and Sweezy manning the charge. Definitely not champions you want to use all your alts on. So Irina, I mean, look, this is a tough spot for the support. You got to get wards down on this Baron, but you're the most likely to die.
Yep. And then if you've got Smoke Swag just pushing in these lanes, basically ignoring towers as their health bar is just so freaking massive, not a lot you can really do to try and avoid getting taken out. So now we're going to see the vision cleared, and that is going to be the Baron started up as they're going to see uh, that Skelly Copium is
Yeah,
going
they
to
know
force
about
this
Street
fight.
Smurf, though. They see
They
him on a
know about
ward.
Street Smurf's on the side. We got Call of the Forge looking for the engage. It's going to get knocked out, and that's going to be triple knockups, but unfortunately, no follow up as the team is just too far behind.
Yeah, they had the knockups on the best champions. Syndra and the Lucian both got knocked up there. So if there was any follow-up Shargan, that actually could have been the turnaround that EEK needed. And it would be a crazy way to turn around this game because look at this deficit. This bounty is going to be much needed for them. They really need to make up in the gold. They need the stats. If they were even, EEK would probably be winning these team fights pretty easily front to back, but it's just this gold lead is so massive. It's the gravity that's pulling and warping this game.
Yep, warping this game right out of the realm of possible victory for the side of Team Eek. Vision getting cleared by Oriri. They do see the brand. They do see Mordekaiser trying to catch them
Oh,
out.
the
And then once
stun.
again, finding themselves running into 3 members of the side of Team YOLO. So that is going to be Oriri down. And these death timers are starting to get very, very long. With the jungler gone, that means that this is not a 50-50 if they decide to push for this Baron and pressure it. Most likely, it's like an 80-20. Because they'll just have the advantage. So that is going to be a easy call for YOLO, and this Baron push could end up being the end of the game.
Yeah, they could also lead it right into a dragon. The stats that they will get from this Baron's going to make dragon even harder. They are taking a lot of damage, but there is no contest. And now they're going to have the reset timers. It's going to be a little late to dragon, but they're going to be there, and it's going to be soon enough for them to contest this. And this is where the game is going to be decided. And honestly, it's looking like 80-20 on the Baron and 80-20 in this dragon fight as well.
Yeah, the dragon fight is going to be pretty darn brutal, as we can already see Mordekaiser's almost there. Udyr on his way. Ornn in the top lane does have TP
Oh, they
available,
could
but
catch
there's a
this
Syndra
Warplack right here.
ready for it. Warplack, it does look like they're going to get caught out. Lots of damage getting dropped. Failure on the flash means that they're not going to be able to escape. So they're going to be not being able to escape as they can't go forward thanks to the Ziggs Mega Bomb. And then we got a huge amount of damage coming out, though, as unfortunately we see a lot of targets getting ripped to shreds. There we go. Call of the Forge God has to go behind a wall, does not find the targets it needs to. Syndra picking up the double kill. Vi getting the knock up, the stun getting dropped on Oriri, the burn coming out from Brand. And that is so devastating for Team EEK as a fight that started to go their way just went the other direction.
Street Smurf not afraid of the aggressive positioning on Syndra there. Let's be honest. If doesn't flash or doesn't play that right, probably is dead there. But no defensive items, is able to just completely use the burst as a way to get out. Are we going to try to chase down?
Looking for that engage. He wanted that target, saw that Ornn was there, and like, hey, we can get some kills. Oh, wait, there's 2 members in the jungle. Frozen Aegis chasing down P-Sweezy. P-Sweezy not able to walk away quick enough. Claw coming out, managed to grab onto escape. Massive mace damage as they're caught in the death realm, not able to avoid anything as the red dragon goes down. Smoke Swag picking up escape. Xayah is gone. Ornn is burned away. Brand in the bot lane just doing Brand things, and that is going to be a nasty push as here in this top wave. We can see that the cannon doesn't have to worry about hitting the tower. Ziggs, though, is able to just throw the bouncing bombs, is able to get some damage off and stop that push, but it's still just so devastating. Hemorrhaging is the easy way to describe it.
They're going for the play.
Vi splashing under the tower to go after Ziggs, taking like 3 tower shots. Really painful. Bot lane getting pushed in. This is just the noose being tightened around EEK's throat as we see the death knell coming out from the side of EEK. YOLO with the calling on Warplack, picking up the Ziggs, reaping what they've sown. And that is going to be a huge stun, explosive damage as Syndra just absolutely murders Escape's health bar, but he manages to survive, gets his safety under tower, but there's really very little safety there. He's got to try and heal up as best he can. And unfortunately, Smoke Swag again, just with that. Stop. He can't keep getting away with this. Oh, it's so painful. I expect to see a Syndra ban in the first 3 next round. If not EEK, you've got to be rethinking this draft going in.
It wouldn't consider it inting if they don't ban Syndra. I think so. Like, report all of EEK if they do not ban Syndra in this next game, because Street Smurf is a thug on this champion in the mid lane, only dying twice in these 2 games, and massive bounties, damage, and gold to boot. It would be a no-brainer, even from game number 2, to ban out this champion. They don't have an answer. They just don't have an answer, Shargan. Get it out.
Exactly. And with that, I think we're getting close to another little break here. I'm hoping to see some changes out of EEK. They are still in this. They are still fighting the good fight, and I applaud them for that. They're going in hard balls to the wall, trying to just pull out whatever that scrapes they can. But with that, we're going to be taking a quick break. Don't go away. We will be right back.
all this time, babe. I've been loving every time I could call you mine. I don't know why I'm being the one feeling stupid. I'm feeling stupid now. No. So now it's time for the goodbyes. Everything dies for the sunrise. Oh, you're alive. It's time for the goodbyes. Everything dies for the sunrise. Oh, you're alive. Oh, you're alive. I'm gonna shut my mouth when you say what's on your mind. I can see the pain in your eyes. 'Cause I'm left and I'm right. Don't know how to keep my calm. Baby, don't you tell your lies. It's time for the goodbyes. Everything dies where the sunrise. Oh, you're alive. Oh, you're alive.
All right, folks, we are back with game number 3 of the Team EEK versus Scaling Copium matchup. It has been a very one-sided series so far, but we have seen Team EEK pull out some crazy plays during the game, so it's going to be interesting to see. Right away, we have a Syndra ban. Thank you. They were paying attention, so the Syndra is not going to be in play this game. Now we just have to see what else Street Smurf is going to pull out of their pocket and terrify us with.
Yeah, that is going to be the question. Street Smurf, can you do it on something besides the Syndra? I'm sure there's a pick in there for Street Smurf to Smurf the game, but we won't be seeing Syndra this time, so that's a good sign. And besides draft changes, Sherrigan, we have roster changes for the side of Team EEK. As we can see, there is a change in the jungle and support. Oriri going to be priming his usual role, and then Demo Z in the jungle this time around. This might be for the better.
I think it absolutely will be. Oriri has been doing okay in the jungle, but Demo Z, definitely a very powerful jungler. We have seen them pull out a lot of really good plays. Oriri, I expect we're going to probably see maybe something like Renata come out for that lane, just because it's such a classic Oriri pick.
Yes, yes.
So kind of surprised we haven't seen that ban, just to be like, hey, don't pick it. Could be that Scaling Copium is challenging that. Regardless, though, I think that this is going to be a very exciting game. I think that both these teams are going to be going all out, and it will probably be. I don't want it to be one-sided, but I think it might be.
It could be, but I'm thinking just they really need to do the 2v2 counter to Street Smurf. I think it has just to be ganging up on
What
Street
did I
Smurf to
say?
shut him down. Yeah, Renata.
What did I
Look,
say?
anyone who's watched maybe 3 Oriri games knows what he's gonna pick if it's open. Renata, I think Caitlyn is not a bad pick here into the Lucian Nami, and Escape does pretty good on Caitlyn, so they can go with that. There's a lot of angles. They don't have to do it right now. I'm thinking, though, they have to counter Street Smurf in some way, because let's be honest, that's looking like the #1 threat on YOLO, at least in this game, and it's looking like a pretty dangerous option for YOLO.
It has definitely been the tier 1 threat, like basically the one that you have to be most afraid of. The like level 5 angel, I think it is, that you've got to be most scared for. So that is going to be really interesting to see coming out here. We've got the Aphelios pickup for Escape. I feel like that's a let's have fun this game kind of pick. Aphelios is one of those champions where I feel the same way about him as I do about Azir. They're just so mechanically intensive, and they have such a crafty playstyle that essentially, if you're not a one trick or a pro player, it's really hard to pilot that champion to its full effectiveness.
Yeah, the full effectiveness is the big question. Can you do that with Aphelios? And there's also a team element to that as well, Shargan, because you need your team to be properly set up with the guns you have. So you have to communicate what you have as well as what the plays are available to you.
Yep, exactly. We do have the Vi getting picked up as well. Again, really good access
That's
to the
very
backline.
big.
It is big for Scaling Copium. And let's talk about this Echo pick. That Echo could be a mid lane Echo as a response to whatever Street Smurf is bringing out, or it could be a jungle pick. I have a feeling it's more likely going to go to the jungle, just from gut instinct. I feel like it's something that that demos would definitely like to have some good roaming potential, some good dueling potential in the jungle. So maybe able to stand up to the Vi, which I think is another thing that needs to be, like, we haven't really talked about it too much, but Bloon 21 rotating around this map, tracking the jungler movements, has done such a fantastic job of just disrupting the pathing.
Yeah, Bloon has also been having a pretty good series just in the setup. I mean, the amount of ganks that were pulled off that affected the game heavily has been through Bloon, and doing quite a good job with these single target champions. In the first game, the Warwick is kind of like a worse version of Vi. So I'm glad he just switched to Vi, just a better champion overall. Not as good dueling, but in terms of getting a play going for your team, is the better champion. And into Aphelios, and also this Ari pick that's just been laid down on the field here. This is a great champion to lock down these backline damage carries. And Ari, even though she has that mobility, Vi can definitely chase right up to that Ari and lock down for a kill.
Okay, so this draft that EEK has put in front of us right here is probably the most comfortable draft that I've had with them so far this series. Like, I really like the Gangplank, I really like the Ari, and I really like the Echo. Lots of dashes coming out from the mid laner and the jungler. And then with Jaffe, or not Jaffe, with P Sweezy, if he's able to play Gangplank like Jaffe, he's going to be useful at all points of the game with that global ultimate, being able to pull off so much damage. Picking up those crit barrels will be insane if he's able to hit the targets that he needs to hit. And we have, interestingly enough, a Sejuani pickup. I believe the Sejuani is going to go top lane versus the Gangplank. And those oranges are going to be really useful against the freezing and the slows and such. But I don't know how it's going to play out totally overall.
Yeah, there's definitely there's a few levels where Sejuani has that all-in potential with the stun and the ignite. This champion's early game damage is actually crazy for a tank, especially. Gangplank can play it safer than most top laners and can avoid that with that stun removal as well. This time, I mean, look, Team EEK, they haven't been really winning the lane phase, and I'm asking myself in this draft, do they win the lane phase? I'm still going with a no minus mid lane. But Street Smurf has been playing the scaling in the mid lane and been doing wonderfully on that. So in terms of comps, I feel like it's actually kind of similar to game 1 and 2, but their scaling in terms of damage on the side of EEK is definitely a lot higher in this game.
Very, very much so. I like this aggressiveness that's coming out. From the side of YOLO, they're probably going to be looking for an early invade. Their goal has been disrupt the jungler, disrupt everything. Do not let them play the game as smoothly as they want. We're going to see Gangplank. P Sweezy does see the enemy team roaming in on them, so very good positioning on the side of EEK, so they're able to see all this. But this is going to be a lot of conceded position and some good vision placed by Bloom21, so they are going to know exactly what's going on when this blue buff gets taken. And that's going to be really important for that jungle tracking, which might set esports demo Z behind.
Yeah, actually, it looks like, in my opinion, because of the 2 wards from EEK here, they have both these buffs. They should know exactly where Bloom is going to start. And I mean, the same can be said for Demo Z here, but they have extra information, in my opinion. So both junglers, roughly the same position, but slight edge to Demo Z to track here. We'll see if that's going to end up being anything. Maybe a very interesting invade on Demo Z, because Vi is very vulnerable level 1 and 2, and then is activated as a champion at level 3. So if you could find that angle for a kill right there, that could just be the laning phase start that you need from EEK.
And we do have a much faster clear out of esports demo Z in regards to Vi. Echo does such a good job with that. So could be seeing that right there. We are going to see a dash in. Smoke Swag not able to find their target, just a little bit too high, both in camera and in terms of the Sejuani dash. So they're not able to get that knock up, which is going to be really good for P Sweezy, able to avoid getting frozen up too quickly.
Yeah, don't
One
go
thing
for too hard of trade.
yeah,
Especially
exactly.
right now.
Yeah. One thing I do want to point out that I have been I have neglected to, but we're gonna have this fight right here in the bot lane. Huge amounts of trade onto
Level 1 to
Escape being
2.
brought
Yeah.
exceptionally low, super early.
Yeah, didn't respect the level 2 there, and they paid for it. Anyway, your
Yeah.
point, Shuriken.
My point was, you were saying that Vi is better than Warwick, and you may be right, but in terms of theming, it is Halloween, so I think the werewolf makes much more sense.
I mean, look, a lot of people go as, a cop. Now, definitely not Vi, but
No.
that theme is still there. People go as cops.
Yeah,
Not the type
you're
of cop that you see on the street, though, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. So with that, though, back into the actual game, I do. So with positioning here, we are seeing that both Echo and Vi are about to meet up here in the top lane. Again, Krugs have not been taken by this top word clear, which I understand, but I do feel like it does kind of set you behind if you're not planning on rotating down to take them. We do see Echo rotating for that bot side scuttle. I believe we're going to be seeing a bot side gank for this Echo, which we have not seen a lot of pressure bot side during these early games. Street Smurf rotating top, trying to find position on this Gangplank. Gangplank, though, was pinged and is aware that he's missing from mid lane.
Well, if P Sweezy doesn't get this lane in, I mean, the wave in, this is a lane gank that should definitely go in the favor of YOLO. Meanwhile, Demo's going to try to strike first.
Looking
They're
for that
wary.
angle. They were not spotted out, but the instinct was there and the ward confirmed it.
Yeah, they had a feeling. They snuffed it out. P Sweezy does get the lane in, but has to escape Bloon. Actually, even though there's a red buff, there's potential to turn it around, and Bloon wisely walks away. The strength of laners these days is pretty strong.
Escape is very low right now. Like that is a very dangerous spot to be in, especially as an Aphelios. If that Nami hits the bubble just right, and you got the dash in, double autos. Oh my goodness, Pucker Factor 11 coming out right here as we're seeing damage starting to hit pretty darn hard. Bloon again returning to this lane, jumping right in on top of P-Sweezy, forcing out the flash as they just walk right up to them.
Oh,
But there's going to be
Escape!
first blood in the bot lane as Escape gets taken out by the Nami Frozen Aegis, doing the work. And once again, we are seeing the power of a dueling bot of Nami and Lucian.
Yeah, they've been doing it in game 1 and 2, and now they're going to be doing it in game 3. Renata didn't have the reset there. P-Sweezy, though. Okay, that was, the laning from P-Sweezy on this game playing so far really good. Avoids the gank 2 times in a row, and now has the ability to claim this wave as well. I think this is great laning from the GP so far, and is actually sucking up a lot of the resources from Bloon.
Doing yeah, and like taking all those resources away is actually going to help them out in the long run. Hopefully, we are going to see Escape come back. Very nice Infernum Gravitum combo on that mini wave. That's one thing I love about Aphelios is just some of the stuff you can do with the abilities. It just feels nice. It just
Yeah, that's
feels good.
also what other people hate about the champion as well. Specifically the turret. People just really don't understand the turret from Aphelios. There's just so many weird interactions there.
I do not
I'm
like this.
seeing
Anytime I see a
yeah,
Lucian Nami doing this, it scares the crap out of me. They're gonna get this behind the lane gank.
Rise
We
is
have
here,
the
shoot
vision there.
Smurf.
Rise is here too. Oh, this is terrifying. Renata throwing the hook just a little bit too early.
Do they have
Bailout
the
is gonna
damage
get
though?
dropped. It might be done a little bit too early though. We do see it locked down. Unfortunately, no assist is gonna be available as we have Vi coming in as well, and that is gonna be a double kill in this bot lane for the Rise. That is just devastating. P-Sweezy, very good defensive drop of the ultimate, is going to find a lot of damage onto Smokeswag. Does manage to even up the lane. But unfortunately, this Sejuani is out for blood. She can smell it. The flail goes out, finds the target. Sweezy is locked, and that is going to be a kill on the top lane.
There we go. They're winning on both sides of the map. That is usually what is called illegal, as it looks like they're going to be picking up a dragon as well. How can they pick up a win in all these parts of the map here? I have to say, it was an admirable 2v4 in the bot lane, right, Shargan? They at least trade 1 kill over, but that was excellent planned by the side of YOLO, and it's going to lead right into a dragon as well.
It is, and you got Warplaque. Again, Warplaque sitting in that bush. He's just standing there menacingly coming out. We have a good route. Managed to find the target on Ariri. Greatly done. We see Escape throwing out the attacks, trying to do what they can. The bailout is already on, and
Oh, wait, this is a lot of
unfortunately, it's
damage.
off cooldown. So now the damage is going to come out, or Riri is going to go down. We are going to see Warplaque brought so low. The minion auto attack follows and gets the kill. And now we got Escape trying to take down Frozen Aegis, but he's going to get ripped to shreds by the support. The Nami doing so much damage, and unfortunately, there was no healing available on the Aphelios as that Shurikens and that Ignite just didn't do enough with the Doran's Blade.
Yeah, and so far, this bot lane, I mean, it's like they just need a little bit more help, Shargan, and
We
they can
got a
turn these
fight up
plays
here in the
around.
top of lane as well. We got the lockdown, the freeze. That is
stun.
going to be thrown out right there. Good
No
stun,
Ignite.
good use of the orange in order to try and get back under this tower. But unfortunately, we got, good dodge
that
over
was,
the wall by esports.
that looked a
Very
little
well
weird.
done by Demos right there.
That looked like it hit, but then like Echo just got hit on the back of the head and tumbled over the wall. It looked quite funny.
Basically, it's like I don't know if he's unstoppable in that animation or if it can be stopped, but does seem like there was an interesting interaction.
Yeah. I mean, we're seeing some very similar things to game 1, 2, and 3. It looks like the game plan that YOLO has decided on is just the winning play against EEK. Street Smurf roams to bottom, picks up the kills, is the difference maker in the bot lane, and this time, even with a Riri and Escape, they're laning it pretty well. They're fighting it out, but they just need more help, Shargan. It's not a fair fight. They need some assistance.
You
And
know,
let's go. Joey's hasn't been there even once.
not even once. And it's funny because as much of these solo lanes, look at this fight in the top lane, P-Squeeze, you just got brought so low. Ignite's
Yeah.
going to come out. There's not a lot he can do in that situation, unfortunately. But it's so funny. We're seeing this 2v2 bot lane, this 1v1 top lane. That's not how it's been going at all. It's been like 2v3, 1v2, and we're just seeing so much presence by this Vi in all of these different lanes, doing so much work that unfortunately Demos just isn't able to keep up. As well, it's so painful and hard to deal with. Like right now, we're talking about again, Bloon already in the bot lane ganking once again. The dash, the knock up coming out. We got the bailout coming out right there, but it's not going to be enough as we see the bailout just burns away. Warplaque throws out the culling, hitting Oriri with multiple shots, able to dodge though, but they're going to have to run to at least tier 2 tower just to be able to make sure they stay alive. And right here we have Smoke Swag just diving under this turret. Sejuani does not care about the first couple of turret shots. They don't do enough damage to that health bar to really be afraid of them. And so it's really not safe for you.
Yeah, Smoke's like Adam Mana though, taking turret shots.
Taking turret shots and the ultimate means the shutdown gold. Very well done. Peace Weezy be like, look, you overstayed your welcome. I actually have some tools I can use to take you down, get some gold in my pocket. And that's a good character to have the shutdown on. Gangplank needs to be getting back into this lane. They're 20 CS down, so that shutdown should help start to even things up a bit.
Yeah, look at this. Gold bounty starting to form on the bot side, and it's all those ganks coming out from Bloon. Demo Z, let's be honest, hasn't been doing much in this game. I know you're trying to look for the plays, but hasn't been working out.
Caught on the edge, escape is gone.
Oh,
There's nothing there. The bailout is available though. They're trying to find a target, trying to get someone ripped to shreds, but not able to get the health bars down in time. Warplaque was just too far away for him to finish him off. And then unfortunately in the top lane, Peace Weezy, you overstayed your welcome. And you are just gonna get absolutely pummeled by the Sejuani. That max percent health damage does so much if you get hit by the center flail. Oh my goodness, you hate to see it.
All right, we're gonna go ahead see what happened here.
Oh no, it's the bubble double.
Oh,
It's the double trouble combo.
Yeah. Cauldrons burn.
Yep.
Yeah, there we go. So
it's there's not a lot to be talking about. That's like you get knocked up. There's too much damage coming out from Lucian too quickly.
yeah, I mean, look, this first strike Lucian getting started again. And yeah, I mean, we've talked about many times the laning phase of YOLO is just that much better. It does, and I was really hoping for an aggressive jungler, as it's looking like Smoke Swag is just fighting off two members
doing
here.
what they can, but you're fighting a tank. Tanks take time, and if it's Sejuani, they deal damage. Oh my goodness, esports almost taken out. Vi's going to come in and finish this off. So that means that they're basically going to get a free kill.
Here.
Demo's going to get it, or Riri's going to try and come in, pulling the Vi back under the tower. Very well done. Oh, I love it.
Riri just randomly appears in the top lane and is going to be able to pick up a kill onto Bloon there. And yeah, he smelt blood in that top lane fight. So Riri always is like a shark. He's just going to be drawn to those fights. But, I mean, Smoke Swag seems like he's just laning against an Echo and a GP. And
BBC Escape is in a lot of trouble.
There you go. What? You don't have a support. This game turning into absolute chaos. And he can't keep up with it. I mean, they've just lost so much strength and power. And their prio is in the gutter. If they make a play on somewhere on the map, they just lose somewhere else horrendously. They're going to try to double down on this Rift Herald. And if they get it, they could potentially make a play to get some gold back in their pockets. But it looks like they're going to be giving up quite a lot just to make this trade here, Shurigan.
It does, because it looks like Dragon's going to be coming. Dragon's already up, so that's going to be Vi jumping on that. The bot lane turret's going to take a lot of damage. Demos trying to get engaged on Warplaque, but Warplaque is just so far ahead with that finished. I believe they're building a Lord Dominic's right there. So they've got the finished Gale Force just doing Gale Force doing so much damage, just dashing in.
Oh, it could be Cyrilda's Grudge as well. Kind of weird to go for that right away. No one has any armor yet. And
true.
Well, lethality would be better if you want to go for that. So maybe I don't know. Okay, Dominic's. There it is.
Yeah, and then we got the early Rift Herald drop. We are good job. So this is something I've noticed Oriri does that a lot of people tend to forget. When a tower plate is going to get destroyed, especially by the Rift Herald that he didn't drop, he tries to stay as far away from the tower as possible to stay outside of its range so he doesn't get the local gold, but at the same time, it doesn't reset the armor plating to a stupidly high amount. And that's
Oh,
just
that
something
is a good point.
that's something I've noticed a lot of people tend to miss, which can make a
Oh,
huge
nice
difference.
charm.
Huge catch as Vi right there takes a lot of damage and like the great charm coming out by Let's Go Joey. They are able to connect right there. Very well done. Able to pick up a kill, get some extra gold on that Vi. Now we have esports demos driving in. Unfortunately, the bailout is going to be necessary in order to try and keep them alive, but he's running away, so he's just going to go down. Bubble's going to catch a Riri once
Oh,
again. That is just
no.
devastating. Escape is going to get caught, smacked on the head by the flail on that boar. So much damage is coming out of this YOLO team. It's just so devastating.
Yeah, they just turn it around in a second. And I'm be honest here, Shuriken, it's looking like a victory lap for the side of YOLO. I mean, if memory serves anyone in this game, we all know how game 1 and 2 turned out. And if you're following the pattern, game 3 looking like it's already a win from YOLO here.
It is looking
Devastating.
very, very dicey, and I do think that it's just a matter of time, unfortunately. But, you know, we got to fight here in the top lane. P-Sweezy giving us a crazy scrap. They are doing what they can, but again, you're getting caught out on these lanes. They're trying to farm, do what they can. I love Riri so much for doing that. That was beautiful.
Oh, that was good.
Throwing the Lucian into the tower to take those tower shots and then getting absolutely pummeled, causing the Nami to auto attack them. Oh, that was just so well done.
Riri. I mean, look, he has the Renato plays on lock. It's just that bot lane, it was not fair lane. There he is. Look at him. That is
Look at
really
the cute
been
little
nailing.
ghosties.
Yeah, really been nailing the hostile takeovers this whole season here, and you can see that being played out in this game. Smoke Swag, highest level in the game at 12, just eclipsing Escape. 4 levels on Escape, 5 levels on Riri. Just how much HP does this tank have? It seems like this Sejuani is going to be absolutely unkillable. And look at these tank items. Nothing to scoff at here.
Absolutely.
Smoke Swag, I don't know if they could even take them down in an even fight.
Not at all. I feel like it's going to take all 5 members of EEK just to take down poor Smoke Swag. So that means that that's 4 members of Team YOLO that's able to free to be do whatever they want. We got Frozen Aegis in the mid lane doing the little dance, a little bit of a hey, look at me, come get me, come on, you know you wanna sort of thing. And unfortunately, EEK is not taking the bait. Smart play on there. We are going to see this mid lane turret just take take a lot of damage. Nice bubble catch right there. We are going to see the tidal wave thrown out. Massive damage coming out from Warplague as they dive in onto this Ari. They managed to catch him out. Hugh Gravitum is going to find the lockdown, is going to catch Warplague. We see great flash from Echo trying to find their target, jumping in on Nami. Unfortunately, the Rise is there to lock him down in the arcane cage, and that is going to be devastating as we see Street Smurf now ready to show why he's just a powerhouse and why you should be afraid of him. Flashing onto Let's Go Joey, flashing away to stay alive. Then we got the huge play from Aphelios trying to find the target, does manage to hit. Unfortunately, the bailout is going to be coming just a few seconds too late, and that is going to be Riri caught out as well and busted down, taken to court by Vi as she apprehends herself a Zon under criminal. Devastating for Team EEK, and now the game is 7-22.
Street Smurf doesn't seem to matter what champion he's on. Will just 2-shot you.
Well,
fair.
it's the Rise who's mechanically intensive again, similar to the Azir. You hit the chain, you get the damage. That's the trade-off.
The EQ chain, very difficult to. I'm just kidding. It depends on the scenario, but so far playing it great. Is seemingly always an item up. 700 gold bounty again. Oh, Demo Z. Oh, forced to ult to there, and they're just crumbling under the pressure of the picks from the side of this bot lane here. This Nami Lucian. I mean, time and time again, how many picks have they taken this entire series, Shergid?
Just so many side lane picks that have just been really, really unfortunate. Right here, we do have Smoke Swag again, disrespecting towers and taking a lot of shots from them. But right there, we have the Q thrown out, but it's not able to find its target. The Bola is going to lock down Riri, say, no more. And that is going to be the chase discontinued. But now Sejuani is going to turn and be like, okay, We got away
Oh,
from
wait.
good. Oh, the massive shutdown going on to Echo. Managed to pick up the double kill on the Lucian and the Nami. Rise getting caught under tower, and he's going to get jumped on by the Time Boy. Time Boy, though, is going to get blown up, but the Gangplank ultimate's going to get dropped. It manages to get the burn. Street Smurf is not able to continue back, but the Ghost is going to be popped. He's able to get away. He's standing on a ward, though. I do not believe he's aware of it. Or Riri's looking for the shot. He's trying to find it. He does throw it out, gets some damage off the lockdown. The Q throws him the wrong way, so Aphelios can't follow up. And then we have Vi coming in to continue this fight. Does manage to throw it out. The hostile takeover is going to be activating the extra attack speed onto Oriri. But Aphelios is able to do enough damage to get that kill. And Bloon 21 is taken down, but unfortunately, Street Smurf is not.
All right, EEK pulling out a win. And it just seemed like YOLO was a bit lackadaisical around their positioning there. Great play from Joey and Demo Z to get the picks on the carries there. Street Smurf does get away. Still deathless. Might just be going 1 kill a game or 1 death a game here. That would be quite the feat. 3 deaths in an entire series. And yeah, they're catching out Warplack. Oh,
Joey just getting shot up.
Pieces.
Just getting completely shot up.
Yeah, Warplack went fox hunting right there.
There we go. Yep. And Esports Demos jumping onto Frozen Aegis does manage to do a lot of damage and use the Time Warp to pick up a lot of health back. And that is going to be great shuriken damage coming out. The several, that was just so much damage coming out of the Crescendum right there.
And yeah, that was, look, they're getting a bit lazy here on the side of YOLO. They're giving up free kills and definitely don't want to be doing that into a gangplank of all champions. And let's not forget, Echo just needs a few items to do incredible amounts of damage. So don't be giving away free gold to Demo Z either here. As I mean, look, the game's still firmly in the hands of YOLO. They would have to be making a lot more mistakes to lose this game. But hey, if they keep playing like that, it will happen eventually.
That is going to be the tower dropped as Sejuani manages to find just the right target, jumping onto Let's Go Joey. They managed to get all 3 stuns off. That is going to be a huge problem for Smokeswag as they get stunned, but they're going to be able to take out the bot side. Dash out from the Ahri, manages to escape. Now it's just a matter of time as the rest of the members of EEK are here throwing out their shots. But look at how much damage is having to be done and how much damage they're doing back. Finally, the Sejuani is taken down. The gold goes to the Ahri as she's finally able to get something in her pocket. But still, that took so much longer than it really should.
Yeah, raid boss down. That was like full DPS of 4 members there. EEK it looks like they're going to go for a Baron off of that because everyone has reset from this. Sorry, YOLO's going to go for the Baron. EEK has reset. They look quite unaware, and look at this vision coverage. Okay, they do pop the GP ult, but no one's there to contest.
Yeah, unfortunately, the smite is going to come down and secure it. That was very close. I think the GP ult might have actually been able to kill it on that last take if the smite hadn't come down.
Okay, yeah, but definitely don't want that.
Yeah, don't want that. Oh, look at this escape. Oh my goodness. Took 3 shots from the Lucian and it's just gone. And then the Kali comes out and there goes the Renata. Just the health bars. It's like getting hit with a saw. There's nothing you can do as it just gets chopped down to nothing. Same thing, triple kill for the Echo. Oh, my, triple kill on the Echo. Now it looks like they're going to be jumping in onto these targets. Warplack looking for that Penta. He's going in onto Joey. Does manage to get some extra damage off. Now they're just going to be running away. So Rise is going to make sure that the Penta won't happen. But we might be seeing an ace come out here as P-Sweezy is deleted as well. Oh my goodness. And that is probably game as we're going to be seeing the inhibitor go down. These Baron minions are going to push. It's going to be really, really quick on this tower. It's not going to last for very long. We're going to see Escape try to do what they can. They threw out the ultimate, but it didn't find a target. Oh, that's painful.
That is just a little drop in the bucket of the big wins.
Oh, the dash in. Look for the sun. Doesn't find it. Instead, he finds his own death and sees it just in time. Is able to warp back. Oh, my goodness. Demos on the edge of your seat right there.
Look, they have to be trying to make these aggressive plays to come back into the game, or at least try to make it interesting for us here, as this might just be Okay, this is 10 dragons in a row. 10-0 on the dragons, and it'll go to 11 if they pick up this next one. Demos, though, might be having
Demo's
something to
diving
say.
in, but he doesn't have ultimate, not able to get away. The gangplank does no damage at the moment relative on those health bars. That is so painful. And now
Wait,
we
Joey?
see a huge catch. Charm coming out as Vi is rooted. Now we got the hostile takeover. Lucian looking to kill. Frozen Aegis does not manage to pick it up, but I do believe that there was an assist because that looked like a triumph heal coming out.
Here.
Who's gonna find? Let's go, Joey. The bailout's gonna drop on him though, but it's not gonna be enough. He's gonna go down, and that unfortunately means that we've got 3 members pushing in onto this EEK base, and they are the ones who can blow you up. Street Smurf looking for that EQ combo, looking for that shot. Instead, he's just gonna go straight for the tower, start blowing it up. We got the AP damage on lockdown. Sedge diving in onto Escape. Escape manages to get under tower, but the healing is not going to be enough as they're taken out. And then we have so much more damage just getting ripped to shreds. There's nothing that EEK can do. They're doing what they can. Sejuani goes into the fountain, takes the laser for a couple of seconds, manages to get taken out.
No.
Finally trying to take our Riri out, or Riri manages to pick up that kill. Unfortunately, Street Smurf is just going to start peppering this Nexus. I don't think he can end now. He has to run away or he's going to get taken out. Joey looking for the engage, looking for the throws out the charm, but it goes wide just off to the side. The burn and the ignite is not going to be enough. We see Street Smurf. He keeps getting away with it. He can't keep getting away with it.
This man is just too strong for the likes of EEK. 10-0-4 might not even die this game. Crazy series from this mid laner here. Okay, Warplaque does get exhausted. Does to try to dash in. The turret going to return some damage, but it's not enough. Warplaque, again, picking up another pick kill in this game.
Oh my goodness. P-Sweezy just walks around the corner, finds the Vibe. Body's like, oh my god, I missed. I didn't hit the target I wanted to. So now they're going to take a lot of damage. Unfortunately, the burn might be enough. We see the auto attacks. No, the Ocean Soul healing keeps them alive.
Yeah, and that is the 11-0 on Dragons, if I counted correctly here, Shargan. That's quite a stat to be looking at.
That is just, oh my goodness, I didn't even have a chance to call that.
The burst damage from the solution. Okay, just taking the turret, doesn't care here. They're trying to end the game.
Nope, he's just going underneath that turret. He's just going in, diving around, dashing around, throwing out those shots, double tapping targets. Now we see that they're just looking to pad those KDAs. Warplaque looking for the engage, or Riri throwing out the hostile takeover that just goes completely wide. Unfortunately, missed position, and that is going to be the bailout thrown on them, but it's not going to matter. That's just a matter of time for them to die. And now we see Street Smurf throwing out some attacks, trying to let the minions do all the work. Now they're going to dive under this bot lane tower.
The charm lands.
We see Esports Demo trying to survive.
He does go down.
The charm did manage to take down the Lucian. Very well done. And that is probably going to be game, folks. Just hit the Nexus, please. We know it's already over. There's no need to dive in on this turret because you're just going to die again.
Guys, please. They don't want to.
There goes diving in under there, trying to get the kill, not able to do it. P-Sweezy just staying alive. The healing is too much, folks. The healing is too much. The Winions are not pushing on the tower anymore. Nami manages to pick up the kill. The ball manages to do it.
What is this Nami build? Hold up.
Why?
Shargan. Look, they snuck in this build under our noses this entire game. 25 stacks on the mid. Has a death cap on a support Nami.
Oh,
that is some BM. But I guess the build is paying off.
I completely missed that build.
How did we not see it earlier?
It was too much fighting. There's too much going on.
This Nami has more items than Balloon. This is, well, okay. They trolled yet again. That's 2 trolls in a row. 3 is going to mean that they're out. That should be automatic forfeit of the game if you troll.
No, forfeit of the series.
Yeah, forfeit of the series. So if they troll it again, we should have some kind of rule where they're just eliminated from the series there. Warplaque just assassinated Let's Go Joey yet again. And that's enough ult damage to take out 3 champions. Warplaque trying to end it. It's just going to go for the kills instead.
Just going for the kills. I'm not terribly surprised by that. So he's going for those shots, trying to get what he can, padding that KDA as best as possible, just hiding outside this fountain. They're basically just forcing this game to last as long as possible. And now we see them diving once again under the turret. The Nexus is finally destroyed. That is going to be the end of the game. and it is 21-46 as we see YOLO 3-0 this series, and they are the ones moving on to the semifinals.
Yeah, 3-0 in the series, tons of kills up, 11-0 on the Dragons, like 3 or 4-0 on the Barons overall, and just completely. I mean, look, that's a stomp. That's a stomp. I guess. Let's go, Joey. Predicted that. Have to say though, I mean, a little bit of proving your own prophecy.
It's rough. It's tough. You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. I do know that there are good vibes on EEK because they were like going into this and they're just doing their best. There are some fantastic plays throughout this series. Some really aggressive like side laning, some flanks. Great flash tornado coming out from the Janna and Monsoon in order to save their jungler. So like I really don't think that we saw a bad showing from EEK at all. Like that, this was just unfortunate where YOLO is such a strong team. They're such a favorite that it's just really difficult when you go into this, but they played their hearts out. It was fantastic to watch.
Yeah, definitely tried their best. Game 1, look, they had a chance in game number 1. That's something to point out. It's just that the laning phase consistently throughout the series went in the favor of YOLO, and in very dramatic fashion as well. That you could just see the plays that they were setting up and they were able to pull off, and EEK had no answer in that area of the game. And so we see Street Smurf absolutely doing crazy damage in these games. Warplaque in this one did end up picking up a lot of picks, so it probably did the most damage in this game, and you can see as well. But yeah, Street Smurf absolutely was manhandling this entire game. I have to say, a standout player and standout performance. Got to be afraid of these roams coming from this mid laner here.
Yep, very, very well done, Roams. And with that, we'll be taking a quick break, folks. Don't go away, as I believe we'll be having an interview with our victors, and we will be right back.
I've been loving every time I could call you mine. I don't know why I'm being the one feeling stupid. I'm feeling stupid now. So now it's time for the goodbyes. Everything dies while the sunrise. Oh, you're alive. It's time for the goodbyes. Everything dies while the sunrise. Oh, you're alive. Oh, you're alive. I'm gonna shut my mouth. When you say what's on your mind, I can see the pain in your eyes. First I'm left, then I'm right. Don't know how to keep them calm. Baby, don't you tell your lies. It's time for the goodbyes. Everything dies while the sunrise. Oh, you're alive. Oh, you're alive.
Hello, folks, and welcome back to Friendly Labor Shotcaster Shargan here, and I have got joining me here at the interviews desk, YOLO's Warplaque. YOLO, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling really good, honestly.
Yeah.
I really was hoping for that result, but I kind of was scared for the second game. Our draft was dog shit.
Yeah. Oh, you think so? Because I was actually going to ask
because
you.
too much AP against Udyr is a
Mhm.
bit scary if he can get his item
Mhm.
going by just farming, but it ended up being fine because Bren, I guess, does damage.
Yeah, Brand does a lot of damage. I don't know if you peeked over at the cast at all, but I was definitely not. I was nonplussed about the Brand pick. I do not like the champion. I find him to be very, very frustrating and annoying. But I do want to ask you, so despite like EEK's sort of roster situation, how do you feel that they're playing? Because it seemed like you respected Oriri a lot in that jungle because you were just tracking him constantly throughout the game and just kept counter jungling him during most of that.
Yeah, so it was mostly who we were looking for during the game because of the situation. So like Top and I, if you go back and watch, we went and worked his jungle at the same time, so we limited his gank opportunity. But we kind of knew that their playstyle is like either full farm or gank. So he could have and he decided to full farm. He did like one cheese gang, but yeah, that was our goal. Ward jungle, both sides of the map, mid if possible, but by keeping track of either made everything easier for us in terms of bot lane because we wanted to play super aggro, so it was trivial for us to have vision.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely seemed like you guys were able to play super aggro because of it. Now, one question I do know that Joey was excited to be playing against y'all. How do you think he did in that mid lane versus Street Smurf? Because that's a terrifying matchup, just in general. Like going up against Street Smurf is just scary, in my opinion. So, do you
Yeah.
have any advice for him going forward?
I think unfortunately, you're not gonna achieve anything if you're like just playing passively against Street Smurf and like not really hitting skill shot or poking him down. So I think maybe a different jungle mid synergy. Like he would have he probably needs this jungle because he's new to mid lane and against somebody like Street Smurf who obviously he knows the matchups, he knows how to trade. I just don't believe in the playing passively and just trading minions forever.
Yeah, he definitely seems
Cannot
to.
do anything.
Yeah, you got to have a big bonk stick and be sure that you're hitting Street Smurf over the head with it.
Yeah, also we weren't like last picking Street Smurfs, so like there was a opportunity for them to counter pick. But like I said, he probably doesn't know the matchups and counters, so but yeah, next time for sure. Like if the enemy team gives blind pick mid lane, you definitely want to abuse that. It can be jungle mid synergy like Elise or CC or just counter matchup.
Yep, definitely got to make sure that you know your counter matchups. Okay, awesome. And then, so now that you have officially passed through the quarterfinals, you've got looming semifinals coming up, and it's going to be SLR picking who they're going to be going up against. So, would you rather play against Super Late Reveal or Universal Basic Income in the semifinals?
Yeah, honestly, I don't think SLR is gonna pick us because they might get scared because if they need the 200 point, 100 point roster to beat us, it might be difficult if they don't have that. So hopefully they pick us. You know what I mean? It'd be a fun series, and they can make me eat my word.
You think that they're not going to pick you just because of the fact that you guys are too scary, so they'd much rather face either BBZ or TDE?
Oh, I thought it was UB.
Well, no. So SLR is going to pick the winner of this match, of your matchup, and the next matchup.
Oh, I
So
see,
tomorrow's
okay,
match
yeah,
is
yeah.
TDE and BBZ. So
Yeah,
whoever
I
wins that
believe
one.
they'd be scared,
Yeah.
Hopefully, we want them to pick us to show who's the real team.
Okay, so you feel like you would be able to crush SLR fairly easily then, based on what I'm hearing.
Yeah, with their new roster, yeah.
All right.
At it truly. Yeah.
Well, so I guess my last question would be like, how do you think the match is going to go tomorrow with TDE versus BBZ?
I think it'd be interesting. I feel like those two teams are I feel like the draft are gonna be the opposite of today's match, which like today's match was the same composition of 3 games, right? Because today Street Smurf told me, yeah, I can play Syndra, and I'm like, sure. It's like random. He hasn't played it at all, so it was kind of forced on me. But and Rise, he picked Rise because of Faker. You know what I mean? Rise plays Faker.
It's like, I gotta prove I'm at least as good as Faker.
Yeah, at least he showed it. And yeah, what was the question?
No, that was the question. It was just how do you think the TDE versus BBZ matchup is gonna go? So
I want to see Gecko. He's bot lane now, so it might be interesting.
Yeah, I think that would be really interesting. All right, well, with that, Warplaque, thank you so much. We really appreciate you having you out here, and thank you for the great series.
No problem. Also, I believe Street Smurf has never not made it to final in FOF, so we gotta live up to that.
Yes, you do. That is definitely a legacy to live up to for sure.
Yeah.
No pressure on the next game. All right, folks, with that, we're going to go ahead and close things out tonight. We want to say thank you all so much for tuning in. Want to say thank you to our sponsors, Adobe Creative Cloud, the Academy of Art, and Logitech Gaming. Greatly appreciate all of your support. And so remember, folks, we will be catching you all tomorrow, 4:30 Pacific time, for the quarterfinals match between Trickle Down Economics and Blue Bayou Zoo. It's going to be really exciting. Be sure to tune in for that. And also be sure to check out FOFesports.com to read, check out the copy of the FOF Connect. It's a great magazine. Got some really cool articles in there, some good power rankings. Lets you catch up on things as they're progressing throughout the league. And you can also submit a team if you want to be joining in the potential future seasons. There is a spot on there where you can sign up for that. So if you ever want to compete, if you ever want to join us, feel free to stop by the Discord. We'd love to have you, and we will see you on the Rift.